Ever feel like you're standing at a crossroads facing a big medical decision and wish you could just hit pause and get another expert's take?
Oh, absolutely. That feeling of needing a second opinion before taking a big step is so relatable.
Right. Well, today we're diving deep into Zweitmeinung. It's German for second opinion, which is pretty fitting.
Makes sense. So is this like a telehealth thing?
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's a whole platform based in Germany that's designed to make getting a second opinion from a specialist like way easier.
Yeah.
Things cutting out the back and forth, the scheduling hassles, all that.
Wow, so they're bringing second opinions into the digital age over there?
Exactly. Imagine this. You're in Germany, you've got this medical decision to make, and bam, you can connect with a specialist online for another perspective. That's Zweitmeinung in a nutshell.
I bet that's a game changer for people who, might not have easy access to specialists or just want that extra layer of reassurance.
It's all about putting patients in the driver's seat of their own health journey. And Zweitmeinung isn't just a random website. It's run by a whole company called Consolado GmbH.
Okay, so they're legit. What's their whole deal then?
Their big mission is to make getting a second opinion from specialists easy and stress-free for anyone in Germany. And get this, their CEO, a Dr. Net, Alona Kosiak, is really passionate about empowering patients through technology.
I like that. Using tech to break down those barriers in healthcare, it seems like they're onto something important there. But what about the cost? Getting a second opinion can get pricey.
That's where it gets really interesting. Zweitmeinung is actually really upfront about costs. They base their pricing on something called the GO, which is like the official German medical fee schedule.
Hold on, the GAO. Break that down for me.
So the GO is like a universal pricing guide for healthcare in Germany. It means no surprise bills or confusing medical jargon when it comes to what things cost.
Okay, now that is refreshing. Transparency in healthcare costs is like almost unheard of.
Right. And on top of that, Zweitmeinung lists their fees right on their website. We're talking 60 to 150 euros for the actual doctor's fee, then a small platform fee of like 20 euros.
So they're not trying to hide anything. That definitely builds trust right off the bat.
For sure. And speaking of what they're all about, Zweitmeinung highlights 7 main things they really hang their hat on. Ready for this list?
Hit me with it.
They're all about independence, being thorough, having expert specialists on board, offering a fresh perspective, in-depth video consultations, clear documentation, and using language everyone can understand.
It's like they're taking everything we love about those really good doctor's appointments, the expertise, the thorough explanations, and bringing it all online.
Right. That blend of like serious medical know-how with a modern tech-savvy approach is what seems to make them stand out. And they're very clear that they're not trying to replace doctors altogether. It's all about giving doctors more ways to connect with patients.
Which, let's face it, is something a lot of healthcare systems could use more of these days. But I'm curious, what's it actually like to use this platform? Is it sleek and user-friendly or?
So how does this all work in real life?
Yeah.
You got this platform, you're facing a medical decision. Walk me through it.
Well, let's say you've decided, okay, I'm going for that second opinion. You'd log on to Zweitmeinung,
Easy enough.
and you can browse through the specialist just like you would on, any website. They've got filters and everything.
Filter's nice. So I can narrow it down by what, specialty, location, maybe?
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're in Berlin, but you'd prefer a doctor in, say, Hamburg for whatever reason, you can totally do that. And get this, you can read reviews from other patients.
Whoa, hold on. Patient reviews. Now that's something you don't see every day in healthcare.
Right. It's all about transparency and like building trust, which can be a big deal when you're dealing with something as personal as your health.
Absolutely. Okay, so I've found a doctor who seems like a good fit. What's next? More waiting around.
Not at all. You can actually book your appointment right there on the platform. No more calling during office hours or dealing with those automated phone systems.
Music to my ears. I
Me.
hate those things. But what about all my medical records? That's always such a hassle.
The beauty of it, with Zweitmeinung, you can upload all your relevant documents securely to the platform.
Oh, that's clever.
Eh.
So the doctor has everything they need before you even talk.
Exactly. It saves everyone time and lets the consultation focus on, actually getting you the answers you need.
Makes sense. So then what? Is it like a phone call or?
It's even better. They use video conferencing for their consultations.
So you can actually see the doctor face to face, even if they're miles away. That's amazing. But I've got to ask, do people ever worry about, like, offending their primary doctor by getting a second opinion?
That's a common concern, and Zweitmeinung actually addresses it directly. They emphasize that, most doctors these days understand and respect a patient's right to be thorough.
Right. It's not about doubting your doctor. It's about, like, being 100% sure.
Exactly. And honestly, a lot of doctors appreciate the collaboration. Two heads are better than one when it comes to something as important as your health.
That makes sense. And does Zweitmeinung, like, have any stats on how getting a second opinion impacts people's decisions?
Actually, they do. They cited a study from a couple of years back, 2022, I think, that found a whopping 84% of patients felt more confident in their treatment plan after getting a second opinion.
84%. That's incredible.
Yep.
That's like almost everyone feeling more empowered to manage their health.
Right. It shows the power of, getting different perspectives and really feeling involved in those big healthcare decisions.
Absolutely. I bet that translates into better outcomes, too, if people are more on board with their treatment. But what about the flip side? Do people ever change their minds about a procedure after getting a second opinion through Zweitmeinung?
All the time, apparently. The source mentioned that 72% of patients using the platform ended up changing their minds about some kind of exam or treatment they were considering.
Wow. 72%. That's huge. Talk about a fresh perspective making a real difference. And of course, that's got to be good news for the healthcare system, too, if it means fewer unnecessary procedures.
Yeah, sometimes a second set of eyes is all it takes to see things differently, right?
It makes you wonder, what does a platform like this, like Zweitmeinung, say about the future of healthcare overall?
Yeah.
With technology and all.
Right. It's like a glimpse into this world where getting specialized medical advice is, like, way more accessible and convenient. I mean, telemedicine is already becoming a thing, but this takes it to another level.
Totally. It's like they're breaking down those walls,
Yeah.
You don't need a referral. You don't need to travel. You can connect with specialists all over Germany.
It's like democratizing expertise, which is kind of amazing when you think about it. Yeah, and it's not just about access. Zweitmeinung seems really big on, like, educating patients, too, making sure they really understand what's going on. Oh, and they even tackle those awkward situations like how to talk to your primary doctor about wanting a second opinion, which some people might find intimidating.
That they thought of everything, really trying to make the whole experience smoother for patients.
Which is what patient-centered care should be, right? It's not just about, like, appointments and procedures. It's about the whole experience.
Couldn't have said it better myself. This whole deep dive into Zweitmeinung has been eye-opening for sure. Makes you think about those big healthcare choices we all face and how things are changing with technology.
Totally. And at the end of the day, the most important thing is for people to advocate for their own health, right? Get informed, ask questions, and find doctors they trust.
100%. Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into Zweitmeinung. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's been fascinating.
Until next time, stay curious out there.